All right, y'all, we are back. Another motivational Monday. First off, I always start out with telling you all how much I appreciate you all, the support, the love, the prayers, everything. I appreciate that. It really, really, really do mean a lot to me. I decided to do the motivational Monday because I did receive some I guess not really suggestions, but questions, comments from mainly women, want to know where did I get my strength from, and my courage and things of that nature. And if you check that first motivational Monday out, you will see that'll answer those questions. But I did receive a question here last week from Kathleen, and it brought me to do another motivational Monday. So Kathleen, she posted on my channel and she said, "Thank you for sharing. I needed to hear this. Something I struggle with is words, especially positive affirmations. Can you do a video showing what you say to yourself to encourage yourself? I have negativity from the people closest to me, and I'm really struggling to walk away from the only people in my life. Bless you." So it's actually two questions. I will start out with, she asked me, what do I do or what do I say to myself to encourage myself? I always just tell myself, I can do this. It doesn't matter how hard a situation get. I just pump myself up, and if you all remember, I told you I came from a very strong, supportive family. So that is my background. That is my foundation. So I do have a little advantage when it comes to that, but don't give up just because you may not have had that experience in the past. So I self-motivate, I self-challenge. I tell myself, hey, it could be worse. Things could be a lot worse than what they really are. And then I also believe in the man upstairs. And I do know that trouble don't last always. There has never been a time that it rains all the time and the sun does not come out at all. So you gotta think about it like that. Yeah, I may be going through this right now in my life, but it's got to get better. The sun got to shine, and guess what? The rainbow gonna come out and it's gonna shine too. So I'm always encouraging myself, to know that it's gonna get better. I can do better, and it's just like I said, that self-motivate. You got to kind of talk to yourself. Yeah, I'm going through this right now. Yeah, I may have decided to be with this person and this person's not good for me. Or yeah, I may have chose this job and it's not the best job. I want better. So you encourage yourself. Okay, I don't like my current situation. I'm going to do what I got to do to get out of it. And be hopeful and prayerful that it will happen in due time, sooner than later. So that's what I do. And I'm always thinking positive versus negative. A lot of people look at just the bad. There's some good in the situation. Now, it may be more bad, but if you focus on that good, that changes things, and it'll change your mindset, and it'll change your outcome. People don't understand the way you think. It determines everything. If you're a negative-minded person, you're going to get negative results. So think positive. I have here with me my best friend here. She's my best friend, my life coach, my everything, my assistant now since I went viral. She does it all. And she's going to share a story here in just a second. But we're going to address the second part of the question. She said, I'm really struggling to walk away from the only people in my life. So I think, Crystal, you can go ahead and share with us a story, kind of maybe that help her relate and understand.
Well, I just share a story that's kind of close to me in a situation. But you can have sometimes family members, or as she mentioned, the people that are closest to her, maybe they're friends. And they've just been lifelong friends that they're growing up with her. And that's really all she knows now at this point. But they're being a negative impact on her life. and you would like to think that your family or your friends, people that you've been so close with and you share so many experiences with, would be the people that are your main support system.
Right,
but
right.
sometimes that's not the case. And so
Right.
it kind of goes back to what Dee said before. You got to be your main cheerleader. I'm a big advocate of reading books. Nothing wrong with a self-help book. Nothing wrong with learning your love language and
Right.
not feeling like it's wrong to ask people to love you the way that you need to be loved.
Right.
But you deserve that. And also your relationship with God, because He created us with the need to not just want to be by ourselves. No one wants to just, in a normal circumstance, just be by themselves and never interact with someone. But you have to realize sometimes you have to be by yourself,
Right.
until you find those people that are supposed to be in your life, and God will keep you during that time.
Right.
And it won't be a bad time, but it will be a learning experience. But it'll be worth it, because when those people do come into your life.
Right.
And I think one other thing is being what you want in your life. Sometimes we want encouragement, we want love, but we're not the most encouraging person. We're not the most loving or giving person, and we don't. And like, why is this happening to me? So definitely be who you want in your life. And our only obligation, especially if it's family, love them, but we don't have to be in their company, in their presence.
Right.
That constant negativity.
Right.
That's not our obligation, but it's we don't love everybody, but you love ourselves first.
Right. Right. And just to hit off of what Crystal just said, look at it like this: you've got to take care of yourself. Okay, this can be, a relationship. It could be a marriage. It can be a sibling relationship. It can be mother-father, a mother-daughter, father-son relationship. Okay, if you're not any good for yourself, how can you be good for anybody else? Meaning that if this is supposed to be my friend, and every time I talk to her on the phone or we're in each other's company, she makes me feel bad or sad, or I get angry, I get upset. Something's wrong with that picture. That means she's not good for me, right? Well, if this is a partner or something like that, we can easily get rid of that person, right? Well, what makes it a little bit more challenging is, let's say this is my mother, right? Or my father, my brother, or my sister. So we're talking about a relative that's up close. And that can be a little bit more challenging, but at the end of the day, you do have to take care of yourself. And I personally know people that have had some bad relationships with their mothers, bad relationships with their fathers, to where they don't communicate at all, to where the relationships are toxic. And there comes a point in your life that sometimes you just have to accept things for what they are. And if talking to your mother every day, or talking to your father every day, or brother, and it's driving you to depression, if it's stressing you out, then that's a relationship that you may have to push back on. You may not can talk to them every day. You may have to go to one day a week. It may be twice, twice a month, maybe once a month. And so with that being said, you have to balance these relationships. You have to control them, because at the end of the day, life is short. And my motto is, I'm going to live life to the fullest, and I'm gonna treat people right. That's what I live by. I'm gonna have a good time. Some of you all follow me on Facebook. Y'all see, I'm going to have a very good time, and I'm gonna treat people right. But just think about it. How can you really be happy and you got somebody close to you pulling you down? As this young lady said, being negative. Now, we don't know who it is. We don't know if it's a spouse. We don't know if it's a family member. We don't know if it's a friend, but it really doesn't matter. You have to do a self-check. Am I happy? Does this person really make me happy? That can be friend or family. Do they really make me happy? Negativity. That's not good, because if you're listening to so much negativity, it's going to affect you. I don't care what you say. It does. It's going to affect your confidence. It's going to affect your esteem. It's going to affect the way that you work. It's going to affect the way you perform. And if you're a mother, it's going to affect the way that you are a mother to your children. Because you're not yourself. You're not happy. So with that being said, Crystal, do you have anything else you want to add that we may have missed?
I think we covered it pretty well.
Well, Catherine, was it Catherine or Kathleen? Kathleen, all I can tell you is take care of yourself. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. But I taught myself this back about 4 years ago, how to self-care and not allow negativity in my life. And I'm grateful that I went through what I went through. And that's coming soon. Because it prepared me for even now, here in my life. But I learned that, and I began to practice that technique because I was going through something that was so traumatic in my life for so long that I had no control over. There was nothing I can do to make it better. Okay? To where I realized that how can I continue to even be here? Now, this is how deep this is. How could I continue to be here? I'm dealing with a stressful, traumatic situation that I can't control. But I can control individuals in my life, friends in my life, people I'm meeting to date in my life. I can control that. So I began to practice that anybody that came to me in a negative way, I block more people from that point to now than ever. Because that's something I can control. If you're calling me with negative intentions, negative vibes, negative everything, I cut you off. Because you're no good for me. My life is already bad. It's turned upside down. I can't handle anything else. So I began to practice that. And I think it's a very good principle, very good practice if you think about it. Because there are going to be times in our life that we go through things that we cannot control. It doesn't matter what you do. Nothing you can do about it. But pray and hopefully that storm end real soon. So that's the best advice that I can give you. I give you all what I know. Not what somebody else told me, because I done been through some things. And these are practices that I have, I practice myself. And they work for me. It may not work for you. But it really do work for me. And having a close friend, somebody that you can really trust and you can confide in. And I've just been blessed to have a great friend, that I can lean on, because sometimes, you feel lonely. You feel sad, you feel depressed and things of that nature. And you do need that motivation. You do need that encouragement. You do need to know that everything will be okay. And helping somebody, having somebody to help guide you through these times. But you stay strong. And just think about what I said. Go back and look at that first motivational Monday that I posted, and I said some other things in that video that I didn't say today. So I suggest you go back and look at that video as well, and even my other videos, because I do get into some things about myself in the video that I talk about getting to know me, a little bit about my background and who I am. So go back and check them out, and we're going to keep the videos coming. I told you all, I promised you that I would. The more content we receive, the questions, the concerns, keep them coming. And I'm going to keep making the videos, and we're here to help. I told y'all that from the beginning. I wasn't going anywhere. I still get those comments. Please keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. As long as y'all keep feeding this energy over here, we going to eat. We going to eat, y'all. But I appreciate that. I love you all. Keep sending those prayers, those concerns. I love it all. Keep sending that love this way. We'll see you soon.